but I couldn't.
Please, Mr. Everhart, I cannot stand to see a grown man. Why should hiring a new secretary be such a trauma for you?
Doctor, you don't understand. Real secretaries are harder to find than you can imagine. And I had never really stopped to think what qualities she should have before I began hiring a new one. The girl who quit was in that position before I took the job. And I had never really had a secretary of my own before then when I was in the field all the time. So naturally, I thought all secretaries were just like she was, but they aren't, Doctor. They aren't.
Yes, I see. You are suffering from acute nervousness brought on by a not uncommon trauma. We refer to it as executive syndrome.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, how do we attack it? You said that you knew those qualities that a good secretary should have. But what in your mind are those qualities?
Well, let's see. First of all, she should be loyal to me and to the company.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, she should be intelligent. And naturally, she should have all the normal secretarial skills. That goes without saying, really. And she should have initiative. This is very important. And ingenuity. The two of them work hand in hand. Oh, and a willingness to work. She should have a good business sense. She should have tact and a certain amount of charm. Taste in her appearance, anyway. And she should have the ability to organize, psychological insight, ability to write, and...
I see. And just where do you expect to find this goddess?
Huh? Oh, I see what you mean. Maybe I'm expecting a little too much, huh?
No, you should look for these qualities when looking for a new secretary, but nobody is perfect, you know.
You see, when I was looking, I tried to consider...
Look, why don't you tell me the whole story? Then we can find out where things went wrong, okay? Let's start at the beginning.
Well, when Miss Merritt left, I decided, just like most men, that I'd hire someone that was a real looker.
Mm-hmm.
Make all the other managers jealous, you know. So I did. Oh, the girl I got was beautiful to look at. But that's all. Oh, Miss Taylor, would you come in, please?
Righty, just a sec. Huh?
I want to dictate an answer to this letter from Harry Saltzman.
Okay, just a sec.
What?
I gotta go get my book.
Oh, no.
Listen, I'll only be a second. Now, don't you forget what you were gonna say. Yeah, hello? Oh, hi, Candy. Oh, nothing much. I've got a date with Henry tonight. Yeah. Well, I figure it beats staying home with the TV. But just. Huh? Oh, I don't know. He mentioned something about going to a movie. But I'd rather go dancing or something. I've got this terrific new dress cut down to
Miss Taylor.
What?
My dictation, please.
Huh?
The letter I was about to dictate.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I'll be there in a sec. Listen, I gotta go. He wants to dictate a letter, and you know how long that takes me. Yeah, I'll call you back when it goes out. Okay, shoot.
To Harry Saltzman, ABC Company, get the address from the files. Dear Harry, about that sales call you mentioned last week, I'm sorry we didn't follow up on your good advice, but...
Hey, you trying to catch a train?
What?
Slower, slower. We got all day.
Where was I?
Let me see. Henry Saltman.
Harry.
Oh, Harry. ABC Company. Get the address from the file. Dear Henry. Harry, right? About that.
About that sales call you mentioned last week. Better.
Last week. Yeah, a little. Hey, listen, you know what? If you wrote down all your letters on paper, then I could copy them over. We could save a lot of time. Because frankly, I'm a little rough on my shorthand.
So I had to let her go. I was doing all the work myself. She was nothing but a typist.
Oh, but you must not blame yourself too much. It is quite natural for someone to make this mistake when hiring a secretary for the first time. We refer to it as the libido satisfaction syndrome.
Oh, really?
Yes, so you must not be too harsh with yourself. It is, in fact, boringly common among the executives I meet. But what did you do next? That is the important thing. How did you respond to crisis?
I decided, hire a girl who was inexperienced and train her to be the kind of secretary I really wanted.
Aha! The get 'em while they're fresh reaction, eh? So then what happened?
Well, I hired this nice young kid with practically no experience. She came in and she was willingness itself. She'd do anything I asked her to do. And nothing more.
I'm awfully sorry. Mr. Everhart has stepped out right now. I'm not exactly sure when he'll be back. Yes, that's a good idea. Why don't you do that? Call back. All righty. Bye now.
Did I have any calls?
Oh, yes, sir, several.
Who were they from?
Gee, Mr. Everhart, I don't know. They didn't say. I think I recognized Mr. Robinson's voice one time, though.
Didn't you take any numbers?
No, sir, I didn't. I just figured they'd call you back.
Well, I wish next time you would take the numbers.
Oh, yes, sir, I certainly will. If they call again, I'll get the number, if I recognize the voice.
Oh, no, I mean... Oh, well... Do you have the meter file?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well? Bring it in.
Oh, okay. Mr. E., do you know what I might have done with that file? I can't seem to locate it.
What? Don't tell me you've lost it. That file is very important.
Well, I know it's not in the filing cabinet, and it's not on my desk, and I know where it is. I left it in by the copying machine. I'll just run and get it.
Well, hurry. Meter will be here at 2:30.
Yes, I know, and Mr. Franklin is coming at 2:15.
He is?
Yes, sir.
I don't remember making an appointment to see Franklin at 2:15.
Oh, you didn't. I did.
What? You can't do that. I don't want to see Franklin until after this appointment with Meter. Now, why did you schedule him for then?
Oh, well, he called up and asked if he could have an appointment this afternoon, and I said, what time? And he said 2:15, and I thought you liked Mr. Franklin, so I said, okay.
Now, didn't you check my calendar to see that I had an appointment for 2:30?
No, sir, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right, never mind. Get Franklin on the phone and tell him I'll have to see him later. Tell him to make it 3:30.
Yes, sir. Do you know his number?
No, I do not.
Oh. Well, then I'll look it up.
Do that.
Mr. Everhart's office. Oh, hi there, Mr. Freeman. Sure, he's in. Let me see if he'll talk to you. Mr. Everhart, this is Mr. Freeman. Do you want to talk to him?
Well, I think we can make delivery on time. It all depends.
Oh, Mr. Everhart, I was just typing up this letter you dictated this morning, and there's something here I can't seem to figure out. Did you say you would or would not accept shipment after the 15th?
I would not.
Oh, that's what I thought you said. But I must have just left it out. Anyway, I did want to check because I know what difficulty it would cause if I let it go out wrong that way. How neat does this have to be?
Very neat. Oh, by the way, has anybody heard from Stewart? I've been waiting for that phone call all day.
Oh, yes, he called while you were in Mr. Jackson's office. He lost the sale.
Well, why didn't you tell me that before now?
You didn't ask me.
Frustrating.
Frustrating. Oh, I was constantly being embarrassed by that girl because she didn't have enough business sense and ingenuity to figure out even the simplest thing for herself. One day, she had 3 people waiting in my outer office, all scheduled for the same time. She said she thought I was having a meeting. They were competitors.
So, you fired her, huh?
Oh, no, I didn't get the chance. She quit and married the typewriter repairman.
Ah, jilted boss response. So then, what did you do?
Well, I learned my lesson. I decided if I was going to get any work done, still have anything left in my career, I'd have to get a very experienced woman who had worked for a number of years, who knew what doing a job well really meant. An older woman you could count on that wouldn't be flighty and have her mind on anything but the work.
Aha. Oedipus complex.
So I did. I hired a woman who had been a secretary for years. In fact, she had worked for so long, there wasn't anything she couldn't do, including run my business.
Mr. Everhart is out of the office, but is due back in 7 minutes. We will return your call at that time. Goodbye. You're early.
Any calls?
Yes, I'll give them to you in a moment. There are a few other things I need to discuss with you first. I'll be right with you. Just have a seat at your desk.
Any word from Howard on that contract?
I'll get to that.
Excuse me.
First, you made a mistake in one of the letters you dictated this morning. You said that you would accept shipment after the 15th, when you meant to say that you would not. I corrected it for you and sent it out.
But I didn't sign it.
I did it for you.
I didn't get a chance to read it first, or to check it for typos.
I don't make typos.
Oh, that's right.
Mr. Johnson called and wanted an appointment for 2:30, but I told him he would be tied up until 3:30, so he will call back to arrange a later time.
But I don't have anything on for 2:30.
You forget, Mr. Everhart, that I take dictation from 2:30 to 3:30.
Oh, that's right. I forget.
Yes, I can see I'll have to start putting it on your calendar until you can remember. Now, a call came in for a price quotation on the new gauges.
Oh, really? Well, good. Where's the request form?
I took care of it and sent it out in the mail. It was for the same specifications as the Acme heating job that we handled last week.
Now, Miss Grimm, I want to see all those requests. It may just be
Now,
that...
look here, Mr. Everhart. I'm just trying to run this office the way it should be run. If there is to be any efficiency at all around here, you must let me organize the work the way I think best. Now, if you don't trust my work...
Oh, no,
Very well, then. If anything comes up that I think you should be consulted about, I'll certainly ask you. I can't do everything. Now, I've scheduled a golf game with you and Mr. Jameson for tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Now, look, I don't like to play golf with Jameson. He always...
I know that, sir. But the entire reliable company account rests on the Jameson sale, and I felt that you should go and try to close the deal on the course. Now, if you don't care about the sale, I suppose I could always...
No, I'll keep the date. Where's the mail?
I've taken care of it. There was nothing that you need to bother with. I answered the letters that required it and dispatched the rest of the correspondence to the right people to handle. Excuse me, sir. Mr. Everhart's office, Miss Grimm speaking. May I help you? Well, put Mr. Brown on, and I'll put Mr. Everhart on. Put Mr. Brown on first. Now, look here. What does it call concern? I'm sorry, but I have told you before that Mr. Everhart does not have time to talk to you on those matters. If you will refer to my letter of last week, you will see that the specifications are exactly as indicated in the handbook. There is no further need for any clarification beyond that. No, Mr. Everhart is in conference now and cannot be disturbed. Yes, I'll give him the message, but all the answers you require are in my letter. Goodbye.
Now, Miss Grimm.
Yes.
Now, who was that?
That officious little snip of a secretary to Mr. Brown at Acme. I don't think she'll be bothering us again. Now, will that be all, sir? I have work to do.
Yes, I guess so.
Oh, there is one more thing that requires your signature. It's from personnel. It's my rating sheet. I took the liberty of filling it out. Now, if you'll just sign here.
So with that, I let her go, right on the spot.
Let us recapitulate, shall we? This first secretary who quit, causing the ensuing difficulties, was your idea of the ideal secretary. Is that right?
That's right, Doctor. She was attractive and charming. She was efficient. She was intelligent. She had initiative and ingenuity. She was loyal and trustworthy and had everything organized just right. Doctor, she had everything.
I see. You know, Mr. Everhart, I think there is only one solution for your problem. See if you can get her back.
Impossible, Doctor.
Now, why do you say that? I'm sure that if you explain to her how much you needed her, she might be willing to come back. Ah, yes, Miss Driscoll. We'll send her right in. Your wife is here.
No, Doctor. Her husband absolutely refuses to let her go back to work.
Now, are you positive? Have you spoken to him?
Oh, yes. You see, I'm the one who married her.